lies and deceptions onto each man, woman, and child. I repeat, the Vatican and the secret society's answer to Satan. Note also that since all is controlled by the Trinity, it designs and weaves a tale that you call your daily life. All religions and all public ideas, philosophies are designed and controlled by the Trinity as part of its grand global conspiracy, the enslavement of mankind. Everything is connected, all is controlled. Now for the big questions. Where are the truths observed? How are they observed? What is the criteria? Who punishes? Who rewards? Who watches over everyone? And who is involved? These are the questions that emerge as the Trinity executes your life, your memories, your loves, and your fears. All one big truth game, designed to create a God for you to fear. Let us briefly address each question. What truths are observed? The truths as set and determined by Trinity is what is tested. How are they observed? All is written, all is known, and thus observation occurs using technologies yet unknown to the people, the slaves. The observation also occurs, of course, using word of mouth from willing slaves. And it appears most everyone is willing. The information passes to masters and from master to master till the top of the pyramid is reached, where all information is noted and stored. What is the criteria? The criteria is the known wisdom of the elite, combined with the teachings of Satan as the ultimate master of the elite. I remind you that their master is Satan, because he is the only one that permits them to torture children, to deceive, to enslave, etc. The one would never agree to the sins committed by the secret societies and the Vatican. So who punishes? Since all is known and all is recorded, the elite, through the orchestrations of the craft, the grand global conspiracy, uses the art of deception, the system that had been created for the slave, the art and craft of mind control, developed from ages and ages as far back as Shiva. The craft uses the courts, the financial system, the healthcare system, the environment, the family network, the friends network, the business network, and the psychological nature of the enslaved man to wave its tail to test the truths. The various systems and networks known to man all contribute and are used to punish and torture the selected children, the selected teenager, the selected adult. I will discuss further in my future videos each of these systems in more detail. So now the question is, who rewards? The answer is the same as who punishes. The answer is the Trinity rewards as well as punishes. Who watches over thee? There are many levels involved in the observation of each person, each group, and each nation. At the lower levels, the higher slaves watch the lower level slaves. The masters watch the groups that they control. The masters are observed by the grand masters, who then are observed by international masters. All is written, all is watched by these advanced technologies not available to the common man or to the world of commerce. These technologies will be rolled out in the future as part of the world of commerce to reward those that are deemed worthy of being rewarded, or to reward obedient slaves, or the ones evil enough to desire certain information and technologies to be used to further enslave mankind. Note that even masters and grandmasters are slaves. So who is involved? Everyone is involved as either a slave or a master slave, right to the top of the pyramid. The declared free man is operating along the wall of the pyramid, moving up and down as needed and watching, constantly aware of the desire of the elite to enslave him. Then there are the entities that provide the elite with the knowledge and know how to accomplish its enslavement of mankind. These are the very few super elite, which for now I will term as the aliens. A declared free man should have no masters, but of course the free man is still a part of this world, and so he does have masters, but he does not know them or recognize them or obey them. He has discarded them, and this will eventually create the epic battle that I referred to in earlier videos. This will create a war if a solution is not found. Of course, then there will always be the one. The one the free man refers to, who is in each and in all. He's the one in each of us that wants the enslavement to end. This is your world. Now let's discuss how it operates as simplistically as possible. Let's suppose a country of a particular race believes its truths have been undervalued by Trinity. The secret society members of this needy nation appeal to the higher levels of the secret society, asking them to provide their needy country with more debt and more technologies to increase the wealth for the country. Note that since it is not the people at the bottom of the triangle pyramid who make their request for the use of funds and technology, then there is no assurance the bottom of the pyramid of the country will receive the handouts. Therefore, it is not always a given that once the technology or funds are provided to the needy nation, whether the secret society members of the needy nation will use it for the betterment of the people, because they are Satan worshippers. And that type of thought is always an afterthought by the elite of the nation. First, they fill themselves full. If the country is ignored for a long duration, as many are, the country's elite approach other countries' elite and also try to convince them that the Trinity's truths are not correct and complain that their truths are not being accepted. What truths am I talking about? Basic truths in commerce as well as philosophical truths. For example, is the country's food better? Is it healthier? Is yoga critical? Is cricket an overlooked sport? Is Buddhism the correct truth? Is French fashion inferior to the fashion of the country? Is American porn videos evil? On and on. There's no end to the amount of truths that can be questioned. And therefore, the story always goes on. Eventually, based on enough support or interest generated by the country, Trinity decides to test the truths of the nation in question, to test the truths of a race or group, to test whether the allocation of debt and technology is correct. And so Satan enters the picture. For this nation to receive more benefits of slavery from the masters, how many children will the nation sacrifice to test the nation's, the race's, the group's truths? The secret societies then select from birth certain children that will not know they are slaves and who will not be enslaved as is normally done with everyone else. These selected children will then be given birth so that they can be tortured. These children will be tortured, denied emotions, feelings, or put into situations that result in excess emotions, excess feelings, including physical and sexual abuse. The child will not be told that he is being deceived, but is being knowingly tortured. Thus the child grows to have a different view of the world. He views the world not as a slave viewing the world. A slave only eats what his group approves. A slave only drives vehicles his group accepts. A slave only picks acceptable partners as his friends or his lovers. A slave supports his city, his state, his country. A tortured child who does not know he is a slave and does not know that there are such things as masters will judge the world by his inner feelings and his higher conscience, not conflicted with the demands of masters he does not know. And this child will therefore only want to fulfill his desires regardless of race, religion, culture, or the environment. There's no master telling him what to do,